Ladies and gentlemen, every single morning, as the first rays of sunlight touch your face, your body awakens from a world of rest into a world of movement. But before your feet even hit the ground, something powerful is already happening deep inside you. Your blood begins to flow faster. Your cells start communicating, your muscles whisper, "Wake up." Yet for most people, that whisper goes unheard. They rush from bed to phone, from phone to coffee, from coffee to chaos, without giving their body the chance to align, to open, to breathe. Today, I want to show you something profound, something simple, something that could change the way you begin every single day. 5 stretches. Only 5. That your body needs every morning. They take minutes, but what they do inside your body is nothing short of extraordinary. When you stretch, you're not just moving your limbs. You are turning on your internal power grid. During sleep, your blood circulation slows down, your muscles stiffen, and your joints compress slightly. It's nature's way of conserving energy. But when you wake up, that conservation becomes a kind of temporary stagnation. That's why so many people feel tired, sluggish, or foggy, headed even after 8 hours of sleep. The magic lies in activating the body's internal engines. And stretching is the ignition key. Think of it as fueling every cell with oxygen, stimulating your mitochondria, and waking up your metabolism before your first sip of coffee. Now, imagine standing tall at the edge of your bed. You inhale deeply and reach your arms up toward the ceiling. That's the first stretch, what I like to call the sunrise reach. As your arms extend upward, your ribcage opens, your diaphragm expands, and your lungs fill completely. In this simple moment, your heart rate increases slightly, blood begins to circulate more efficiently, and nitric oxide, a natural molecule that relaxes and widens your blood vessels, floods your bloodstream. This is not just a stretch, it's a biological symphony. You're telling your cardiovascular system, it's time to begin. You can almost feel the energy surging from your chest to your fingertips. Next, as you lower your arms and gently rotate your torso from side to side, you engage the second stretch, the spinal awakener. Your spine is more than a column of bones, it's your body's information highway. Inside it runs your central nervous system, carrying electric messages from your brain to every organ. When you twist your spine gently, you're improving the flow of cerebrospinal fluid, that crystal, clear liquid that nourishes your brain and spinal cord. Each twist sends a wave of rejuvenation up and down your back. The stiffness fades, and in its place comes clarity. You start to feel present, alive, and alert. Now, most people don't realize how deeply our hips influence our energy. They are the body's hinge, connecting the upper and lower halves, supporting your posture, and even affecting your digestion. That brings us to the third movement, the hip opener. Place your hands on your hips, step 1 foot forward, and lean gently into the stretch. Feel the muscles around your hip flexors begin to release. You may even sense a deep emotional release, because tension doesn't just live in the muscles, it lives in the mind. When you free the hips, you also free your flow. Blood moves more freely to your lower body, oxygen reaches your organs, and you stand taller, lighter, stronger. As you move through these stretches, something remarkable happens. Your body temperature rises, your circulation improves, and your brain begins to release dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that elevate your mood naturally. You don't just feel more awake, you feel more alive. This is what I call activating the inner pharmacy. Inside your body are natural medicines, hormones, enzymes, and molecules, all waiting for the signal to start working. Stretching sends that signal loud and clear. Let's move to the fourth stretch, the shoulder and neck release. Slowly roll your shoulders backward in large, circular motions. Feel the knots loosening, the stiffness melting away. Then tilt your head gently from side to side, forward and backward. This stretch relieves tension that often builds overnight, especially if you sleep in one position or spend long days on digital screens. But beyond comfort, this stretch does something vital. It increases blood flow to your brain. That means sharper focus, better memory, and greater mental clarity throughout the day. You're not just relaxing muscles, you're supercharging your mind. And finally, the fifth stretch, the forward fold. Stand tall, then exhale as you bend slowly toward your toes. Don't worry if you can't reach them. It's not about perfection, it's about connection. As you fold forward, gravity helps decompress your spine, lengthening it and releasing built-up pressure from your vertebrae. Blood rushes toward your head, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your brain. Your heart rate steadies, your breathing deepens, and your whole body feels rebalanced. In that quiet moment, you realize something beautiful. You've just aligned your body and mind in harmony before the world has even started pulling you in 100 directions. Now, let's look deeper into what's really happening on a cellular level. When you stretch, you're activating a network of connective tissue called fascia. The fascia is like a web that holds everything together: muscles, nerves, and organs. Overnight, this web becomes dry and tight. Stretching rehydrates it, like watering a sponge. It becomes more elastic, more alive. This single act improves nutrient delivery, reduces inflammation, and enhances communication between your cells. Imagine your body as a vast city. Stretching opens all the roads so traffic can flow freely again. But stretching isn't only about the body. It's also about the mind. Each slow movement trains your nervous system to shift from the stress-driven, fight or flight mode into the calm, healing, rest, and digest state. You breathe slower, your cortisol levels drop, and your parasympathetic nervous system takes charge. This is how healing begins. When your body feels safe, it starts to repair. It's a signal of peace from within, a message that says, "I am ready to face the day." Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world that moves fast, too fast. We wake up to screens, alarms, and endless to-do lists. But your body is not a machine built for rush. It's a living ecosystem built for rhythm. By giving yourself just 5 minutes each morning to stretch, you're syncing your inner rhythm with the rhythm of life itself. You are saying yes to clarity, to focus, to vitality. The truth is, your body doesn't need an expensive gym membership or complex workouts to thrive. It needs consistency. It needs care. These 5 stretches are not about fitness. They're about flow. The more you practice them, the more your body learns to respond. You'll notice that your mornings feel lighter, your posture improves, your energy lasts longer. And as your body transforms, so does your mindset. You start the day not as a reactor to the world, but as the author of your own vitality. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you open your inbox, give yourself this small gift. Stand tall, breathe deeply, move with intention. Imagine your cells waking up, your heart smiling, your mind clearing. Because this simple ritual is how healing begins. Not in hospitals, not in prescriptions, but in moments of awareness. Every time you stretch, you are telling your body, "I care. I'm listening. I'm here." And when you do that, your body responds in the most remarkable way, by giving you strength, balance, and calm to face whatever the day may bring. Ladies and gentlemen, never underestimate the power of small actions done consistently. 5 stretches, 5 minutes, 1 new beginning. Your body will thank you, your mind will reward you, and your energy will rise. Because when you take time to awaken your body each morning, you're not just preparing for the day, you're preparing for life. You are, in every sense, turning on the power of your own biology. So stretch, breathe, and begin again. Because every morning is a new chance to become your strongest, healthiest self. And it all starts the moment you decide to move. Ladies and gentlemen, every day that you wake up, your body is given another chance to heal, to move, and to grow stronger than the day before. But the truth is, most of us spend those first few moments of the morning disconnected from our breath, our body, and our energy. We move through routine like robots, forgetting that those early minutes after waking are some of the most powerful minutes of our entire day. They can set the tone for how we feel, how we think, and how we perform. In Chapter 1, we learned about the 5 essential stretches your body needs to awaken. But now, let's go deeper. Let's explore what really happens inside your body when you begin your morning with movement. and why those simple stretches are more powerful than you could ever imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, your body is a masterpiece of design. 37 trillion cells working in harmony to keep you alive. Each cell depends on oxygen, circulation, and movement to function properly. When you wake up and stretch, you're sending a signal through your entire biological network. It's time to activate. Imagine your body as a city that's been asleep all night. The moment you move, the lights flicker on, the roads open, the workers begin their day. Blood begins to flow, muscles start firing, and hormones begin to balance. This is not just movement. It's awakening at the cellular level. Now, here's something fascinating. The moment you begin your first stretch, your body releases a powerful molecule called nitric oxide. This tiny compound relaxes your blood vessels, allowing more oxygen to reach your muscles, your heart, and your brain. That's why, when you move your body first thing in the morning, you feel more alert, more energized, and more focused. You're literally fueling your brain with oxygen. It's like switching on the lights in a dark room. Suddenly, everything becomes clear. Let's talk about what happens next. As you move from one stretch to another, the sunrise reach, the spinal awakener, the hip opener, the shoulder release, and the forward fold, your lymphatic system begins to activate. This system doesn't have a pump like your heart does. It relies entirely on movement to work. It's your body's detox system responsible for clearing out waste, toxins, and excess fluid. When you stretch, you're squeezing and releasing your lymph nodes like tiny sponges, flushing out what doesn't belong. That's why after just a few minutes of stretching, your body feels lighter, your skin glows brighter, and your mind feels cleaner. You've literally refreshed your internal environment. Now, here's where it gets even more powerful. When you perform these stretches consistently, your body starts to adapt. Your muscles become more flexible, your joints more mobile, and your fascia, that web, like tissue that connects every organ and muscle, becomes more hydrated and resilient. Science shows that fascia responds like a sponge. When you stretch, it absorbs water and nutrients. When you don't, it dries out and becomes stiff, leading to pain and limited mobility. But when you move with intention each morning, your fascia stays supple and elastic, keeping your entire body youthful and strong. And here's the part that most people don't realize. Stretching isn't just physical, it's deeply hormonal. When you begin your morning with movement, your body releases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that lift your mood naturally. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, begins to balance. Instead of starting the day with tension and anxiety, you start it with calm and clarity. This is why athletes, monks, and scientists alike often begin their mornings with stretching, breathing, or mindful movement. They understand that the body and mind are not separate, they're one integrated system. When the body moves, the mind follows. Imagine this for a moment. You wake up tomorrow morning. Instead of grabbing your phone, you sit up slowly and take a deep breath. You stretch your arms to the sky, feeling your spine lengthen. You twist gently from side to side, opening your core. You stretch your hips, release your shoulders, fold forward, and take a long, slow exhale. In just 5 minutes, your body shifts from sleepy to strong, from tight to free. You feel centered, focused, and ready to take on the world. You didn't need coffee or motivation. You created your own energy through movement. That's the magic of morning stretching. Ladies and gentlemen, your body is built to move. When you neglect movement, your energy declines, your metabolism slows, and your mind fogs up. But when you move with purpose, especially in the morning, your entire system aligns. Your insulin sensitivity improves, meaning your body uses sugar more efficiently and you have more stable energy throughout the day. Your circulation increases, delivering nutrients to your muscles and organs. Even your digestion improves because the gentle movements stimulate your gut and abdominal organs. In short, stretching is not just about flexibility, it's about function. It helps every part of you perform better. Now, let's look at one of the most overlooked benefits of stretching: longevity. Studies have shown that people who maintain flexibility and balance as they age, have a lower risk of falls, injuries, and chronic disease. The reason is simple. Movement keeps your tissues oxygenated and your circulation flowing. It prevents stiffness, inflammation, and premature aging at the cellular level. Think of stretching as brushing your body from the inside out, cleaning, energizing, and maintaining it every single day. When you stretch, you are literally telling your body, I want to stay young. I've often said that health is not built in a hospital or a clinic. It's built in your daily choices. The food you eat, the way you move, and how you start your morning shape your entire biology. Morning stretches are a message of self-respect, a commitment to care. They don't take hours, they take moments. Yet those moments carry immense power. Because how you start your day determines how you live your day, and how you live your days determines how you live your life. Now, let's bring your attention to the rhythm of breath. When you stretch, your breath becomes your guide. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you release. That breath is not just air, it's energy. It's oxygen feeding your mitochondria, your body's power plants. When you breathe deeply during stretching, your oxygen levels rise, your heart becomes more efficient, and your stress begins to dissolve. The connection between movement and breath is the key to vitality. Without breath, movement is mechanical. With breath, it becomes medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think of your body as a story, a living narrative of how you treat yourself. Every morning you stretch, you're writing a new chapter in that story, one that says, I choose to take care of myself. You are strengthening not just muscles, but also discipline, presence, and gratitude. You are reminding yourself that your body is not a burden, but a gift, one that deserves time, attention, and love. And as you move through each morning stretch, I want you to remember this: your body listens. Every movement, every breath, every moment of care is noticed. The body always remembers kindness. When you treat it well, it rewards you with energy, clarity, and resilience. When you ignore it, it begins to whisper in the form of fatigue, stiffness, and pain. The choice is yours. So tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, take a moment before the rush of the day begins. Stretch, breathe, feel the miracle of being alive. Feel your muscles awaken, your joints open, your energy rise. You don't need perfection. You don't need to do it for an hour. You just need to begin. Because movement, my friends, is medicine. It's the most natural, powerful, and accessible medicine on earth. It costs nothing but rewards you with everything: energy, focus, peace, and longevity. These 5 stretches are not just exercises, they are a daily dose of life itself. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this: how you start your morning determines how your day unfolds. So choose to begin with intention, with movement, with awareness. Choose to wake up your body, your mind, and your spirit. Every sunrise is an invitation to begin again, to grow stronger, to move better, to live fully. Stretching is not just about touching your toes, it's about touching your potential. It's about saying yes to the day and yes to yourself. So tomorrow morning, rise with purpose, move with gratitude, and feel your body thank you in ways words cannot describe. Because when you give your body the movement it needs, it gives you the life you deserve.